California, celebrated for its picturesque landscapes and vibrant urban centers like Los Angeles, has long been a land of contrasts. Beneath its golden skies and coastal beauty lies a persistent threat that has shaped its history and continues to challenge its future: wildfires. These destructive forces, once a natural and even necessary part of the state's ecology, have evolved into catastrophic disasters. Fueled by urban expansion, changing climate conditions, and natural weather patterns, wildfires now ravage California with increasing frequency and intensity, leaving scars on both the land and its people. Nowhere is this crisis felt more acutely than in Los Angeles, a city whose sprawling suburbs sit precariously at the edge of nature's fury. Wildfires have always been a part of California's story. For thousands of years, they played a crucial role in maintaining ecological balance, clearing out dead vegetation, promoting new growth, and sustaining diverse ecosystems. Indigenous peoples, understanding this balance, used controlled burns as a tool to manage the landscape and prevent more destructive fires. These practices were largely abandoned with European colonization, as settlers sought to suppress all fires in the belief that they posed a threat to civilization. This suppression allowed fuel, dry vegetation, and debris to accumulate over decades, creating the perfect conditions for the devastating wildfires that now plague the state. Today, California's population of nearly 40 million people finds itself increasingly at risk. As urban development sprawls into areas that were once untouched wilderness, the boundary between human habitation and wildlands grows thinner. The wildland-urban interface, as it is called, is particularly pronounced in Los Angeles, where hillside communities, luxury estates, and suburban neighborhoods press up against forests, chaparral, and dry grasslands. This proximity, combined with the region's naturally arid climate, sets the stage for disaster. Los Angeles is especially vulnerable to the infamous Santa Ana winds, which gust down from inland deserts every fall. These winds fan small sparks into raging infernos, propelling flames at astonishing speeds and making firefighting efforts treacherous. In recent years, Los Angeles has endured some of the most destructive wildfires in California's history. The Woolsey Fire of 2018 burned nearly 100,000 acres, destroyed over 1,600 structures, and forced nearly 300,000 residents to evacuate, many of them from affluent communities in Malibu and Calabasas. The fire moved so quickly that residents had only minutes to flee, leaving behind homes and memories to the flames. In 2009, the station fire ravaged over 160,000 acres in the Angeles National Forest, becoming one of the largest fires in Los Angeles County's history. 2 firefighters lost their lives battling the blaze, a tragic reminder of the dangers faced by those on the front lines. More recently, the Getty Fire in 2019, sparked by a tree branch hitting power lines, threatened cultural landmarks like the Getty Center Museum and brought the fire peril alarmingly close to the heart of the city. The human cost of these disasters is immense. Families are displaced, homes reduced to ash, and communities left grappling with the aftermath. For those who lose everything, recovery can take years, marked by the slow process of rebuilding homes, filing insurance claims, and coming to terms with the trauma. Even for those spared from direct loss, the psychological impact of living under constant threat takes its toll. Many Californians now live with a heightened sense of anxiety during fire season, which has grown longer and more intense in recent years. Once confined to late summer and early fall, the fire season now stretches nearly year-round, a stark indicator of how climate change has reshaped the state's natural rhythms. The environmental cost is equally staggering. Wildfires obliterate habitats, killing wildlife and displacing countless species. Vegetation that takes decades to mature is consumed in hours, leaving barren landscapes that struggle to recover as fires grow more frequent. Without the stabilizing root systems of plants, hillsides are left vulnerable to erosion and landslides when the winter rains come, compounding the destruction. Smoke from wildfires spreads far beyond the flames themselves, blanketing cities and towns in a toxic haze. The particulate matter in wildfire smoke is hazardous to human health, exacerbating respiratory conditions and disproportionately affecting vulnerable populations, including children and the elderly. Climate change has amplified every aspect of California's wildfire crisis. Rising global temperatures have led to longer heat waves, drier conditions, and prolonged droughts, leaving vegetation brittle and highly flammable. Reduced snowpack in the Sierra Nevada means less water flowing into reservoirs, intensifying the competition for dwindling resources. The effects of these changes are evident in the statistics. In 2020 alone, more than 4.2 million acres burned in California, a record-breaking year that underscored the growing scale of the problem. Fires that were once considered rare and extraordinary, such as those burning over 100,000 acres, have become an annual occurrence. Firefighting efforts in California are nothing short of heroic. Thousands of firefighters, both professional and volunteer, put their lives on the line each year to protect lives and property. In Los Angeles County, firefighters work grueling 24-hour shifts, battling flames in extreme heat and rugged terrain. Modern technology has bolstered these efforts, with drones equipped with thermal imaging used to track fire movement and aircraft dropping water and retardants to slow the spread of flames. Despite these advancements, the scale and intensity of recent fires often overwhelm available resources, forcing difficult decisions about where to allocate manpower and equipment. Tragically, the danger is ever present, and the loss of life among firefighters is a sobering reminder of the risks they face. California is beginning to adapt to its fiery reality, but the road ahead is daunting. Fire-resistant building materials and updated construction codes are being implemented to make homes and infrastructure more resilient in high-risk areas. Controlled burns, a practice long championed by indigenous communities, are being reintroduced to reduce the accumulation of dry vegetation that fuels wildfires. Public education campaigns encourage residents to create defensible space around their homes and to develop evacuation plans, recognizing that preparation can mean the difference between life and death. In Los Angeles, early warning systems and coordinated emergency response plans are being refined to ensure swift evacuations during major fires. Yet even with these measures, the challenge remains immense. The wildfire crisis in California is not merely a local or regional issue. It is a global one, tied to broader patterns of climate change and unsustainable development. Reducing greenhouse gas emissions and addressing the root causes of global warming are essential to mitigating the conditions that fuel these fires. At the same time, communities must learn to coexist with fire, embracing strategies that prioritize resilience and sustainability. California's wildfires are a testament to the state's enduring beauty and vulnerability. They reveal the delicate balance between nature and humanity, a balance that has been disrupted but not irreparably broken. In Los Angeles, where the glitz and glamour of Hollywood stand in stark contrast to the charred hillsides and smoky skies, the spirit of resilience shines through. People rebuild, firefighters continue to stand on the front lines, and scientists search for solutions, all driven by the hope of preserving the paradise they call home. While the flames may continue to burn, so too does the determination to adapt, survive, and thrive in a land forever shaped by fire.